The Incredible Hulk, the strangest man of all time. Fantasy as you like it. Is he man or monster? Or is he both?
That's in the little question mark. The whole, is he man or monster, or is he both? Like, that's in the question mark.
Yes, that is the question that we are asking.
Yeah.
Is he man or monster? Is he both?
Good. I like that. That's
Very clever.
Yeah.
So, if you notice, this comic is 12 cents up here.
That was probably spendy back in the day. We do adhere to it is approved by the comic book code.
It is approved
Good
by
to
the
know,
comic book
so
code.
we're not going to get anything hinky in this one.
Oh, it's nothing satanic.
Yep.
But since we have a 12-cent price tag up here, I thought it might be interesting to check out what this comic is worth today. So we'll just pop over here.
Ooh.
So this is Hulk issue number 1.
Yep.
You could have bought it for 12 cents.
You could have bought it for 12 cents in the day. 9.2 quality, sold in 2018 for $336,000.
Wow.
Inflation, am I right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Jeez Louise.
So 9.0 is 200,000.
So we're talking
and then about
hundreds of
150.
thousands.
Yeah, so you're going to be the cheapest one. You're going to get like a 6.0 quality down here. Now, these prices might be a little bit inflated because like collectibles are, I think, kind of going down, but these are...
yeah, no, that's still a pretty penny.
Yeah, and because
you could fund a Neil Breen movie on that.
You absolutely could. And I checked, the previous comic we looked at was also 12 cents. So since we didn't do this in the last part, I thought
all right,
we'd just take a pop over, to compare.
Take a pop over, see what that Iron Man comic.
Tales of Suspense number 39 is $276,000 for a 9.6. So that is higher quality, but
a little less. So Hulk,
less price.
Hulk more expensive. Well, there's more of him to love. You know?
So yeah, the Hulk is more likable than Iron Man.
And that Iron
I wonder
Man
how much of that is just due to the fact that the Hulk is an issue 1 of a series.
I think
opposed
that
to
could
Tales
be
of
it
Suspense.
because
That's
you have to
probably
actually know that Tales of Suspense 39 is the first appearance of Iron Man. They have to have key issue here, first appearance of Iron Man. Whereas with Incredible Hulk 1, even people who don't know about the comic book market
They're
could
like,
maybe guess that
first
that's
edition.
valuable. Yeah.
No, I would be like, oh, the first edition. That's going to be worth a lot of money.
What do the quality scores mean?
Oh.
Good question, David. Good. I was
I'm gonna edit out so much of this.
I was just gonna be like, ooh, how do I go in? Because I know
Well, whether or not it's good content, I want to know.
I know what they mean, but I was like, oh, listeners might not know. So.
Basically, it's just something that people make up. Like it's just the quality of the comic. But basically, the quality of the comic. What is the quality of the comic? It boils down
How much wear
to
and tear is on it.
Yeah, it boils down to a guy looks at it and then says, about a 9.8.
None of the pages are bent.
Theoretically, the people doing this are very, very knowledgeable about comics. It's a very comic books, to be fair, is one of the more trusted forms of this rating system. But this is the same rating system for baseball cards or, God help you, sealed video games. Sealed video games is kind of like the bottom of the trustability scale. I would say, I don't know comic books or baseball cards. They're both
pretty.
They're both collectibles that people do take kind of seriously. Like that and like stamp collecting are all kind of the weird old collectibles market.
It's in good condition. It's in bad condition.
Yeah, but
it's in average condition. That I could do that.
Yeah, that's annoying.
But that's based on also just what the seller says. So that's why this is theoretically a third party. You send it into
but that would
place.
be if I were the third party. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's a pretty good condition. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a 9.4 and a 9.2.
Oh no, and I mean that's the thing. That's why there's always some level of subjectivity in gradings like this.
But I could probably tell the difference between a 9 and a 6.
And it also depends on what era you're coming from. Like, these are relative scores. Even, like a 9.8 Golden Age comic is going to be in significantly worse condition than a 10.0 modern comic. Because there just isn't that much you can get. Even here...
they were printed on crappy paper with crappy ink. I mean, they're gonna degrade.
Even with, like, the kind of grading on a bell curve, you can see here there's no census data for grades 10, 9.9, 9.8, 9.6. These are just theoretical grades. Theoretically, there is one 9.4 out there somewhere. And that is the greatest quality version of the Incredible Hulk 1 you can find.
Okay. So this 9.2 person, they bought the thing and then they just sort of left it in the package. Like,
you would never take it out of at $336,000. You never take it out of the hard casing.
Yeah. So it came and it was in a package and you just left it there and you never.
Yeah, there is. They have. I mean, when they grade it, they will put it in a
Yeah.
contained, sealed plexiglass container that is like environmentally sealed that will preserve it for you.
And now you know.
So it's good because I don't think we really have any old educational footage to include here. So
Wait, we're not going to learn about transistors on this one?
No,
No,
we're
Hulk
not.
isn't going to be in Vietnam.
We don't have any Vietnam War.
Building transistors.
We don't have to
that
learn
can-
about the French
that can
Indochina
cut through
conflict.
a foot of steel. I'm General Ross. I'm the father. I'm your girlfriend's father.
Oh, that's an interesting
There's a
topic.
very-
I
will
didn't
be
know that was a
having
thing.
a talk with you, young man.
There's a very specific reason why Mary had to be Thunderbolt Ross, and because of that, I obviously had to be just the way the scenes were working out, where he's Bruce Banner, David's Bruce Banner, you're Thunderbolt Ross, so obviously I had to be Betty.
I am curious as to why.
Mary's
I am
also
Thunderbolt
Igor.
Ross.
We're gonna find the line. There's
Okay.
one line in here that I wanted you to be the one to deliver, and
Okay.
you'll find. I think
We'll
you'll know
find
it when you see it.
I will probably know it when I
I
see
hope
it.
I won't have
Maybe
to.
something racist.
Okay. Oh, I'm also a Connie radio operator.
Oh yeah, the Hulk beats up communists as well, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course
So
he does.
thi-
Everybody beats up communists.
This will also be another comic book about communism. So I just have to take Betty Ross in a couple of bit parts.
Alrighty. And you shall be.
I'm
our
going to be the
director.
one
This'll
taking Betty Ross, surely.
Well, we'll see.
Not if I have anything to do with it. Says
I don't
General
spread my
Ross.
legs for everyone, David.
Only for the Hulk.
Only for the Hulk.
You want to talk about monster cock? Seriously. In that case, that's the instance where he's a monster.
Mary's a bit horny today, isn't she?
She wanted to see Neil
I
Breen
saw
ass.
Neil Breen. My God.
She
How
got
can you
teased
not?
by Neil Breen.
Please, come on. Like, you guys aren't horny, too.
So that's me down there in the lower right, and then that's
Oh,
you.
that's me behind
Yeah,
you.
that's
Comforting
General
you.
Ross.
Oh, that's a general's hat. I thought that was a turban.
No, it's a general's hat. It's my little
Alright.
captain's hat.
Half man, half monster, the mighty Hulk thunders out of the night to take his place among the most amazing characters of all time. Part 1: The Coming of the Hulk.
Oh, they were really confident this would work.
Oh yeah.
Why do his pants always manage to, like, expand? His shirt always gets ripped.
He doesn't get that, and to be fair, this version of the Hulk isn't getting that big.
Oh, okay.
Like, he gets bigger later.
Okay. But his pants still always
This is going to be our first comic drawn by Jack Kirby. This is also our first comic that is going to be completely dedicated to a single narrative about the titular character, the Incredible Hulk.
Are we going to have the
Wishing Dog? No,
Yeah.
there is no
We're
wishing
not
dog.
gonna get a
There is
wishing
not.
dog?
There's
Okay.
just the Incredible Hulk.
Wow.
That's
No,
it.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if my attention span is long enough for this.
Well, we're gonna find out. Alone in the desert stands the most awesome weapon ever created by man. The incredible G-Bomb.
All right, I suppose you're going to tell me this isn't sexual.
It's just a big dick out in the desert.
It's a penis, and it's called the G-bomb because it hits the G-spot. I mean, come.
The Incredible Hulk would never debase his penis by placing it into a woman. All right. Only Rick Jones.
All right.
Miles away, behind solid concrete bunkers, a nervous scientific task force waits for the Gamma Bomb's first awesome test firing. And none is more tense, more worried than Dr. Bruce Banner, the man whose genius created the G-Bomb.
A few seconds more, and we'll know whether we have succeeded or not.
I was against it from the start, Banner, and I still am. It is too dangerous. I still say you should have confided in us, your fellow scientists. You should have told us the secret of the gamma ray.
Quiet, Igor! Here comes General Ross.
Why the delay, Banner? What are you waiting for? I feel like Igor's a
I love that
bitch.
he's got a pipe down here.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's here at this military base.
Yeah, he's just smoking
And
a
he's
pipe.
smoking a pipe, as you do in the 60s.
Well, talking to his neggy bitch Igor.
And there's
I'm
just
a
a bunch of
cultured scientist.
there's a bunch of radio equipment here. Well, we'll just smoke around it.
My men have been stationed here for weeks, wasting time because of your infernal delays. Are you gonna test that blamed bomb or not?
Of course, General. It's just that I must be sure every precaution has been taken. We are tampered with powerful forces.
Igor's just sitting in the back.
Yeah, he's looming in the background.
Yeah, no, he's just a naggy bitch.
Hey,
he's a naggy bitch.
Well, you can tell that he's the villain because he's,
Oh, he's the villain.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's going to be the
thought you
jealous
know.
rival.
Yeah, he wants to bang Betty.
He'll never bang. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Thunderbolt Ross here is just gone off his deep end.
I can tell the artist doesn't like circles. Like his eyes and his mouth and everything are all like hexagons.
They're all,
Yeah, so this is... You're noticing Jack Kirby's art style. This is actually pretty restrained, but everything gets so chunky with Jack Kirby.
Okay.
This is what I briefly alluded to in the first part. I don't know if it makes it through editing or not. But I don't really care much for Jack Kirby's art style. I think he's a little bit overrated. But if you like this chunkiness, you're going to get more of it.
Whose ghost hand is that?
I think that's Betty.
Powerful forces! Bah! A bomb is a bomb. The trouble with you is you're a milksop. You've got no guts. They should have put me in charge of this test. By thunder, it would have been done by now.
Oh, Daddy! Sorry, my voice broke there.
Fucking cursed.
Look at this eye she has.
She has a glass eye.
She's got a droopy eye, all right?
All right.
It happens. That's why you love her.
All right. Oh, Daddy, don't be so unfair. Dr. Bruce Banner is one of our most famous scientists. I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
You keep out of this, Betty. This is man talk. That's why
That voice is
That's why you
awesome.
gave me-
You
Until the
found
end
the
of this one.
line.
That's why you gave me this. That's why you gave me this. It's man talk.
Get out of here, Betty.
Get out of here, Betty.
Don't mind Dad, Dr. Brennan.
Dr. Branner.
You're not going to be able to sustain that side.
I might. You forget. This is a Silver Age comic. She may be in this very little.
Yeah, well, I just told her to
Okay.
shut up. She's not in this for much longer.
Don't mind Dad, Doctor.
No, you're not going to.
This
Now,
is
don't
Zach's
David
hardy
this.
breed.
Don't David this. This is your hardy breed.
Hardy breed. Don't mind Dad, Dr. Banner. Ever since he was nicknamed Thunderbolt Ross, he's tried to live up to it.
Huh.
Thank you, Miss Ross.
She's got this all purple outfit.
Yeah, no.
Purple leggings.
People, the women in the past dressed in a single color a lot.
And now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for the final countdown.
Good luck, Dr. My voice breaks every time. Good luck, Dr. Banner.
It's ding dong well about time.
Enough of that strong language there.
Blammed bomb.
Just ding dong blammin' bomb.
Yeah.
Blamed bomb.
Listen, Banner, this is your last chance to tell me the secret of harnessing the gamma rays. It isn't right for you to be the only one who knows.
Sorry, Igor. The formulas are locked in my room, and they will stay there.
He is the only one who knows. All right.
That's a bad policy.
Yeah,
Well,
typical lead scientist.
You fool! Nobody has checked your work. If you've made an error, you might blow up half the continent. I oughta.
I don't make errors, Igor.
A little full of himself.
Unlike
love-
you.
I love
loser.
that, like, we know that Igor's in the wrong. Obviously,
Yeah.
this
no,
he doesn't
Igor-
make mistakes.
No. Igor's exactly right. I'm on the bad guy
No,
side. here.
Igor is a communist, Mary. Dr. Banner, the countdown has begun.
I'll talk to you later, Igor. You know how I detest men who think with their fists.
Like a scientist. You know, Igor the scientist
what is he
thinks with his
talking about?
fist. I don't know.
I
Oh, he's
guess
talking about how
there
Igor
is-
kind of grabbed his collar?
Yeah,
And
well,
there is a clenched fist here, I
well,
guess.
and he's I oughta, you know.
I
I
oughta
mean, he's doing the
punch you.
Jackie Gleason. I'm gonna send you to the moon.
I guess. Yeah, but Jackie Gleason never does it.
No.
It's just implied that
Yeah.
he might.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
It was just a threat. He doesn't
thinks about it, though.
think with his fists. He thinks with his mind. He didn't use his fists at all.
In a few seconds, we will finally learn what happens when the powerful gamma rays are released.
You know,
Bad plan.
I am starting to think that maybe Igor is right about the failure of safety here at the plant. You don't know what's going to happen when this bomb goes off.
Nope.
You just admitted
test
that?
a bomb and you have no idea what's going to happen.
And no one is checking your work.
Nope.
No, the only one who
God.
claims to know is Bruce,
This is
and he doesn't even know.
a really bad plan.
This is a really bad plan.
Wait, what's that? Good lord, it's a boy! A teenager! He's driving into the test area!
So this is going to be Rick Jones.
All right, little Ricky Jones driving
It's
his car.
a boy!
It's a boy.
I've got to get out there immediately.
It's a boy who's driving, so I feel like maybe not. So
Yeah, he's like a 16-year-old boy. It's legal in certain states, and probably back in the 60s it was just legal everywhere.
Sure.
Well, I guess not for gay people. If this had been a heterosexual relationship, the age gap would not have been an issue in the 60s.
Okay.
Igor, delay the countdown until I can get to that boy. Hurry, man! Every second counts!
Sure.
See, he suspects him of being gay. That's why
he needs to be
Yeah,
irradiated.
Exactly. It's just like what they did to Turing.
Yeah, exactly. You need to kill this guy.
They blew him up with
look
a
at
bomb.
that stance. He is ready to go.
Oh yeah, he's I gotta get at that boy.
He's like, oh, my big penis bomb. Let me go out there and rescue that boy. What a stroke of luck. All I have to do is keep my finger off the hold button, and it'll be the end of Bruce Banner. It's always good when your coworkers plot to kill you. It's always
It's like this is a
always
hold
healthy-
button. So like we've started the nuclear bomb countdown.
but there's a
hold button.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
keep
can
it
do that.
pressed down.
You turn the two keys,
It's
and
like
then you can press the hold button.
There's a snooze button on the nuclear bomb
Yeah. It gives you an extra 10 minutes.
in case you have to drive it. Just cancel the bomb and restart the countdown.
No. You're just gonna
I can't do
pause
that.
the countdown. That's
So
all you're gonna do.
stupid.
Healthy workplaces. Here we go. All right.
What was he doing? Playing the harmonica?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I love driving out to the middle of the desert and playing some harmonica.
Yeah. Look at my rolled up jeans.
Oh yeah.
You! Get out of there! You're in a forbidden test area!
Cool it, man. The kids bet me I wouldn't have nerve enough to sneak past the guards. Hey, what are you trying to do? Make them think I'm chicken?
Come on, you fool! We've got to reach the protective trench before the bomb goes off.
Bomb?
Meanwhile, at the bunker, not having been told to delay the firing, a finger touches the fatal button. 3, 2, 1, 0.
I thought it was a hold button, not a fire button.
No, there's a fire button as well. Had he just not pressed the fire
David,
button, it would
that
have
was
been
like
fine.
a whole page ago. What, are you looking for continuity
There was a
from
whole-
one page to another?
You could press the hold button, or you could just not press the fire button.
Were these comic books being drawn in like sweatshop conditions like the way manga are today? So
Well,
like they would
Stan-
forget the previous page like 2 panels ago?
I think so. I don't know exactly what conditions they were working in, but I don't think they were necessarily turning out the best work they could have here in the early 60s.
They were on drugs.
They were also probably on drugs.
There! You're safe! And now all...
So why didn't he just jump in after him? Like, why did he throw
He
him
was
in
going
and
to,
then
then
say,
he got blown up.
there, now you're safe. Now I'll...
He was,
He was
I mean-
about to jump in after him.
and I love
Right,
the
but
idea.
why did he pause to say something?
Because he's in a comic. He has to wait
Alright.
for the speech bubble to end before he can do
And
it.
how the hell does this trench stop?
I love that he's safe now. You're
'Cause-
down in the little trench.
Because he's
Look.
6 feet lower than Bruce, or 6 inches lower than Bruce
He's
Banner.
not getting
He's safe.
exposed directly to the radiation. It
'cause-
has to bounce off something.
'Cause
before-
Now, if there's one
radiation,
thing I
yeah.
know about gamma radiation, it's that it has no penetration power
It
whatsoever.
goes,
None
it goes
whatsoever.
straight outwards until it hits a solid object, and then it stops,
Yeah.
and that gets
Yep.
irradiated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at this spelling of
Oh,
although.
look at
I love how
although.
they felt the need for an apostrophe.
Well,
on
'cause there's
although, but not
missing
true.
letters. Yeah.
Although many miles from Bomb Zero, Dr. Bruce Banner is bathed in the full force of the mysterious gamma rays.
See, here you could have had a little educational thing that when you are actually bathed in the full force of radiation, you disappear.
You just get cancer.
Well, no, that's on the edge of the radiation. If you're in the full force of the gamma ray, you just disappear. You're a shadow on the wall.
Well, yeah, he was directly next to a nuclear bomb when it went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
Or
wasn't
pretty
even...
close.
He's a shadow on the wall.
Yeah, he wasn't even in like a lead-lined refrigerator, so I don't see how he could survive.
Yeah, no.
The young fella in the trench, though, he's grand.
He's done. He's done.
He's
He didn't get it.
6 inches lower. That the gamma rays can't go 6 inches down the ground.
The world seems to stand still, trembling on the brink of infinity as his ear-splitting scream fills the air. I will say we are getting some dynamic artwork at least.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not boring.
Yeah. We've got the hexagons again.
We do have hexagons. And he is still screaming hours later when he's coming out of it now.
Thank heaven.
Banner, it's a miracle that you're still alive. You absorbed the full impact of the gamma rays.
How did I get here?
My name is Rick Jones. I brought you. You saved my dumb life. I figured it was the least I could do for you. You know, it's a funny thing. I'm an orphan, and no one ever did anything for me before, except you, a stranger. Look at my pretty girl eyes that I have there.
I've been sodomized by the rest.
Yeah,
now it's
now
time
I'm
to
gonna
get sodomized by the best.
The best. Amen. I think Bruce Banner's hair is a little mussed from the gamma radiation.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea the Hulk had like a Robin character.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that either. We learned something new.
That's not in the movies.
Rick Jones does not get included in anything. Rick Jones is one of the most important people in the Silver Age of comics, and like no adaptation
No, a lot
ever
of these
brings
guys,
in Rick Jones.
Like Captain America had a little fuckboy that went with him.
In the Silver Age, it was Rick Jones again. Rick Jones went around and was the fuckboy for a lot of older men.
All right.
Yeah, no, he basically, like, rented his ass out to, like, any superhero that needed, like, a little boy.
Well, there was also Bucky, right?
Bucky was the original, but then he was, like, upset about it, and then Rick Jones started dressing up as Bucky to impress Captain America, and then Captain America's like...
that gets a little weird.
Yeah, it did get weird, but then Captain America's like, you know what? I will bang you as Bucky.
Right. And then how did Hulk feel about that?
And then Hulk was upset. They actually had a falling out because they were jealous about Rick Jones. There are internal monologues. Obviously, I'm reading into it that they're gay, but there are internal monologues where they're jealous over Rick Jones's affection.
Okay.
I'm not reading that into it.
All right.
It's like, oh, they're mentors. Yeah, sure.
Well, you know, it's a mentor. Why am I jealous about somebody else being? I feel like there's a lot of. I feel like
you're a little bit closer to Rick Jones than you claim you are.
I don't know.
That's why it's so weird. Like they made Superman gay. I get that you wanted to make someone gay, but we all know it's Batman.
Yeah.
You're not fooling
Of
anyone.
the whole Robin
yeah.
thing. Come on.
It's easier, rather than making Superman gay, it's easier just to retcon Dick Grayson into being an Age of Consent. That's a much more acceptable retcon than just suddenly making Superman gay.
Because there's a whole lot of Lois shit going on with Superman.
Yeah, whereas Batman's never really committed to any woman full time.
No.
He's always
like...
He
pretends that he's the
playboy. He's like,
he's got the gay cover.
He's like, I'll get you pregnant so that people, he's got a son, can't be gay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's beards. I get you. Yeah.
Now that we've discussed how Batman is definitely
now
gay.
that we've discussed Rick Jones the whore.
All right. No need to judge Rick Jones. You know, he's got a pert little twink boy ass, and he knows how to use it.
Look at those eyes. Look at those lashes.
I know, he's got, fuck me eyes.
Yeah,
he's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
he's the most attractive person we've seen so far in Silver Age comic book theater.
And Banner's just over there on the side, just hopelessly in love at this point.
I don't know how much of this I'm going to edit down, like with the Rick Jones fuckboy stuff.
Maybe a lot.
There was a lot of Rick Jones fuckboy stuff that got edited out.
Okay.
Some of it made it in.
Getting dark out. How long are they going to keep us here, Doc?
I don't know. They must be waiting for me to die. It isn't possible to take so much gamma radiation and not have something happen.
I mean, it's past World War II. We've dropped the bomb.
Yeah.
Like, we know what radiation does.
Yeah,
They know nukes are bad.
This is after Bikini Atoll, so we've already irradiated some soldiers at this point. We
Yeah.
know all about all the cancer you get.
And that your shadow's on the wall if you take the full force.
Well, something's got to happen. See, that's why he thinks it's weird.
It is weird. It is weird. It is weird.
It's weird that Bruce Banner is fine. Rick Jones, he was shielded.
Well, he was
He was in the trench.
6 inches lower.
He was in the trench.
That is true.
I'm beginning to feel strange. My head is throbbing. This must be the end.
The whole world's going batty. Even this kooky radio. It won't play. All it gives out with is static.
Click, 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 click. That's no radio. It's a Geiger counter. It measures radiation. Listen to it. It's going wild. Click, 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 click.
Okay, so he's given off massive amounts of radiation.
Yeah.
Why isn't Rick Jones?
He was in the trench.
Right, but he's giving off
Are you
right here.
listening?
Like, he's
Yeah.
standing next to
The
this
trench-
source of radiation.
Yeah, but at one point in his space-time continuum, he was in the trench.
But Dr. Banner is currently emanating massive amounts of
so he's
radiation.
next to him in space, but in time, he's still in the trench. I don't think you understand physics.
I don't.
Well, maybe he's just not that radioactive. Like, he's radioactive enough to
But
set
he's
it off.
like, it's going wild. He says, it's going wild.
Look, guys, what's up with all this paranoia about radiation? I'm sure it's fine.
You know, I remember when I was in school for physics class, we had the teacher brought in a Geiger counter, and we were supposed to have an experiment where the school kept a radioactive source for us to test the Geiger counter on.
Yeah?
But the year before we started that class, that had been like abolished or whatever for some reason. I don't know why.
For some reason.
Maybe the cancer that everybody was getting.
Yeah, so the teacher explained to us how, the radioactive source that was used for school, it was obviously not nearly dangerous levels. It was just enough to set off the Geiger counter.
Yeah.
And he showed us how even if you have the Geiger counter on in just like a normal room, it'll click like every few seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Background radiation,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he walks up to each of us like one by one to see like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if one of us is more radioactive than the rest of us?
Mm-hmm.
And the one fella who was Russian,
Oh, no.
it sped up a bit
Well,
when it got close to him.
you know what? I mean, it's not really a stereotype. I mean, they
Putin irradiating
they
people.
kind of well, I mean, it's not necessarily Putin. I mean, Chernobyl happened.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just blew up radioactive
Probably,
power
yeah,
plant.
that's true. They're probably eating radioactive
Yeah.
sort of shit all over the place.
There's that big forbidden area in Russia too that Stalin had some kind of nuclear accident. We don't actually know what it is. There's just a forbidden zone in Russia. Stalin had some kind of nuclear accident, just sealed
And
off
they
access to
discovered
it.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, and like they were pretty good at.
Well, the only
covering
reason
up.
we knew about Chernobyl is because we had satellites. By
Yeah,
that point.
and it was obviously much closer to Western Europe.
Yeah. And
Because
then,
the one that Stalin had was way out
Way
in the
out
part
in
of the
the
country
thing, yeah.
that you just don't go to.
It's getting louder and louder, faster and faster. What's happening? Click, 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 click. What is happening? Ah! Click, 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 click.
Hey, look at you! You changed.
Is that really the reaction you would have?
Sure. I know I'm gonna
Hey,
fuck
look
you
at
later.
you.
Hey, look at you, big guy.
Oh, I didn't want to bang you before, but
Yeah,
now
now
I'm like,
I'm
"Whoa,
thinking
I could be
monster
your
cock.
fuckboy."
All right.
All right.
Do you want to be taken again as a more scared
I will
Rick Jones?
Take it again, and we'll see. I'll see in editing which one is
All right.
better.
Hey, look at you. You changed.
That's still funny.
Yeah.
Post in the comments whether you prefer fuck
yeah.
boy or
Fuckboy.
or scared boy.
Hey, look at you.
So, elephant in the room. Zach, he's blue. What's going on?
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
kind of a
The
bluish
coloring is
green.
incorrect for this panel. The Incredible Hulk is supposed to be gray.
Oh, he's gray.
Gray. Not green. Get out of my way, insect. Where am I? Why am I locked in here? I want to get out.
Holy cow! He's breaking down the wall like it was cardboard.
Out!
Hey, Sarge, look ahead. What's that?
Men! this is the Hardy breed. Hold on.
I'm gonna need to give the lead in for this. Hey, Sarge, look ahead. What's that?
Men! More little men!
I don't know. But if he doesn't stop, we'll hit him.
You sound so enthusiastic.
Because I want to do vehicular homicide.
Oh, yeah.
That's my plan.
So,
Sure would be a shame if we hit him.
Yeah.
I mean, the people can leave comments down below to see, are we way off thinking that the Hulk is just like a metaphor for Bruce Banner being gay? Because the first thing he breaks out is, men!
Men! More little men.
He's hanging out with Rick Jones.
So you think the Hulk is like his monstrous libido for men?
Not only that, but at this point in the comic, the change, is he didn't get angry and turn into the Hulk.
No, he was looking into those baby blues of Rick Jones.
And Night, basically what happens here is Night falls, and then a change comes over mild-mannered academic Bruce Banner.
He gets
and he goes on the hunt for men.
He gets
more little men.
He gets a little Woody named the Hulk. Oh my bodies are flying. Bodies are flying. Glasses.
It's the 60s. No one's wearing a seatbelt.
No, we're just falling on our heads. I'm going to have spinal injuries.
These people are all dead.
Oh, God. Okay.
As the stunned enlisted men pick themselves up from the wreckage, the mighty thing that was once Bruce Banner turns and...
Have to go. Have to get away. To hide.
Like a wounded behemoth, the man-monster storms off into the waiting night.
Wait! Wait for me! Okay. He's running after the Hulk. He was actually a, hey, look at you. All right, he is not scared of this. He's like a, hey, look at you.
Men!
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 Oh, I'm naked under a pile of men.
One lone figure follows him as a legend is born.
You saved my life. You need me now. Wait, I'm going with you.
How does that make any sense?
I don't know.
Fuck boy.
Because this man, you were talking about somebody horny. Rick Jones is horny.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He's a teenage boy, so, he's obviously...
Pansexual.
Back in the 60s, he would have had to been repressed,
Oh, yeah.
He couldn't just come out as gay, but obviously the Hulk is doing a whole thing.
I mean, he said he was an orphan, probably abused in the home and everything, yeah.
And Hulk is coming out in a violent sort of way here, so he's just kind of following in the wake of that.
Yeah, and he thinks maybe the Hulk, he sees him as a protector, because Bruce Banner saved him, and now there's this big, hefty guy that can protect him. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Just make Rick Jones an appropriate for the age of consent, and I'm down with it.
Okay.
All right?
So he's 18, not 16.
Yeah. Marvel, do it.
Okay.
Get on it.
So yeah, the Incredible Hulk is gray. This is gray. Yeah, that's just something we're going to have to deal with. The Hulk does not turn green until issue number 2. There's no explanation for it. It just happens.
I guess they just changed their minds.
Yeah, so that's the elephant in the room. There is no story. It just randomly changes between this issue and the next one.
I'm surprised they changed it so early. I thought I heard before how he used to be grey, and I assumed that lasted
Jack
for a
Kirby
while.
did not have a
I know, you'd think it would take longer, especially because he still changes at night for several issues after this. It's not like they changed to him getting angry. Also, in the early issues, he's occasionally called Bob Banner, so they had to work that in. So, like, his first name is actually Robert, so he's
Robert Bruce Banner.
He goes by his middle name. But yeah, in the TV show, he's actually not called Bruce Banner either. In the original,
he's David Banner.
Yeah, in the Lou Ferrigno Hulk, he's David Banner. And did you know that's also how Hulk Hogan got his name? Was he was on a talk show with Lou Ferrigno, and they saw that he was actually bigger than the Incredible Hulk, so he started getting pitched as the Incredible Hulk Hogan, and then Marvel found out about it. And I mean, obviously, they were going to find out about it. He wasn't really flying under the radar.
No.
And
that's not Vince McMahon's way.
Hulk Hogan had to pay a portion of his royalties to Marvel to license the Incredible Hulk name. So Hulk Hogan is technically a licensed wrestler. Part 2. The Hulk strikes. Like a silent dreadnought, the hulking thing that was once Bruce Banner crouches in the shadows as the pursuing troops rush by.
Mustn't let them find me. He's a bit verbose for the Hulk.
I was gonna
Yeah, I
say
know.
he does.
Like,
speak in
mustn't isn't really a word the
complete-
Hulk would use.
Yeah, there's also
Yeah,
there's a lot of
complete sentences kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot of versions of the Hulk. Because, like, the Lou Ferrigno Hulk wouldn't talk at all.
No,
like, he was
he
just
just growled.
completely silent.
Yeah.
And then, like, later on, MCU Hulk is pretty close to, like, later Hulk for the comics in terms of verbosity.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, obviously, Bruce Banner is fully in control of the Hulk, so there he talks like Bruce Banner. But when it's Hulk that's, you know, the one in control, it's pretty consistent. This is an early depiction where Hulk is just, like, a thug, basically. He's not really, like... Later on, they went with childlike and innocent, but here it's more like just thug.
Okay.
Fan out, men. We've got to find that Hulk.
And thus, a name is given to Bruce Banner's other self. A name which is destined to become immortal.
Look sharp there. Don't let that Hulk get his hands on you.
While back at the base hospital,
It's impossible. Nothing human could have smashed a 2-foot thick concrete wall.
But he did. The Hulk did it.
Bruce Banner and the boy. What became of them? Could the Hulk have? But who could ever guess the incredible truth? Who could suspect that Bruce Banner is the Hulk?
Where is he headed for?
Have to keep moving. Have to reach home. Formula inside home. Must get formula.
He's also just kind of a generic movie monster in this
Yeah.
first issue.
He's very Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
they're doing a very Frankenstein kind of a thing.
Yeah, a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing.
Driven by sheer instinct, the part of the Hulk which is still Bruce Banner heads for a small cottage, smashing all obstacles in his path.
What are those? Like fucking
Trees?
Bamboo?
Trees?
I don't know. In the desert?
I don't know.
Who knows?
He was in a forest with
It's just
Bucky
all
there, but
obstacles.
Anyway.
they're obstacles, that's what they are.
Moving with unbelievable stealth for one so ponderous, he storms closer and closer to his destination.
The Hulk is stealthy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hell
yes,
yeah, he is.
He is sneaking in. Do you see this guard
As is
looking
Rick.
the other way?
As is Rick Jones.
You've
Oh.
never, in the movies, you never get to see Hulk sneak in anywhere.
No, you don't. I wonder why.
Until at last, a dim memory from the brain of Bruce Banner tells him,
The third cabin. That is where I must go. Doesn't sound that dim.
Nope.
He sounds like he's all there.
Yep.
but within the cabin, the man called Igor is so intent upon a secret task that he does not hear the muffled footsteps drawing nearer and nearer.
The gamma ray formula must be here somewhere.
And then...
An intruder! Well, you will not live to report Igor to the security police.
Were you laughing because he referred to himself in the third person?
Yes. Yes. I was like,
I
what?
think-
Well,
I
there
think
was
the
a well
writer-
and a will and a live, and I was like, is this person not
I wonder
speaking
if this
English?
wasn't done with like the Marvel method where the art is done first and then the writer came in later and was like, who's this guy? And then Jack Kirby's like, Igor. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, let me fix this.
Yeah.
Igor.
Yeah. Well, what are you? I have put a 38 slug in your shoulder and still you advance. You did not even feel the shot.
He looks like he's flinching to me.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he looks,
Yeah, it
he
looks like he's grabbing his
way
shoulder.
more effective than the
Yeah.
Hulk has ever looked in
Yeah.
the face of a pistol.
Yeah.
He's also blue again.
He's
Yeah,
also
he's
very
also blue again.
Or he's like aqua, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bluish green. A little bit of green in there. No! Stay back! Don't! Don't!
You will shoot me no more.
I will now shoot you, baby.
Oh man, the Hulk with a gun.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a real threat.
Scary. So, this is what the puny humans fear.
I don't know how the barrel got crunched like that, but
Well, he
he's
can bend
breaking it.
He's with his single hand, he can just bend it like that.
Oh,
Crunch.
he's so powerful.
Yeah, he is. Oh, look, it's just nothing now.
Yeah, we get it. And now...
No! It's impossible! You aren't human! Neither am I, apparently.
Igor is surprised. I love, this is how much imagination we had in the 60s. What does he do to show how strong he is? He crushes a gun.
Mm-hmm. And he brings a bunch of glass because they're just random flasks on the desk.
Human? Why should I want to be human?
Help! Stop it! Don't! You'll kill him! Put him down!
Down? I will put him down.
Like
permanent
a dog!
Do it. Kill Hulk.
So, wham.
Alright, dead.
It was taped to the bottom of a flask.
Oh, man.
The top secret report on
The best
gamma
place
ray
to hide
bomb.
something is underneath a glass flask.
Yes.
Yep.
That
You'll never
fortunately
see it.
didn't break and get liquid all over this. And I do love that you always, all of your top secret documents are top secret report. Don't title them that way. If you're going to hide them, don't title them the
He just
report
taped
on
him
gamma
under this
ray bomb.
beaker. This is so dumb. Alright.
Anyway,
this is Rick Jones.
No. Gosh, look! There's something taped to the bottom of that glass beaker. It must be what he was searching for. It looks important. We better get it to the army. I'll bet you wrote it while you were Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner! Why do those words stay in my head? What is that name to me? That face! I know that face. But it is weak, soft. I hate it. Take it away.
You can't hate it. Don't you understand? This guy in the picture, before you changed, he was you.
Dr. Bruce Banner has a framed picture of himself in his
with a fucking giant head. His head is too big for his body. In this
I want a picture of only myself.
Yeah.
Do you want some family in it?
No,
I don't.
Well, he has no family. So I'm sure, I'm surprised you don't have a picture of yourself just hanging on the wall here.
I seem to remember now. It was the bomb. The gamma rays. They turned me into this when darkness fell.
It would have happened to me if you hadn't saved me. That's why I'm staying with you.
The trench.
Yeah, 6 inches.
Trench.
They don't go down
The trench
6
saved
inches.
him. Fool! I am glad it happened. I'd rather be me than that puny weakling in the picture. I don't want you with me. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. With my strength, my power, the world is mine.
Threw him out of the frame. The abuse here.
Yeah.
So the Hulk wants to conquer the world.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently
fuck?
darkness falls and the Hulk wants to conquer the world.
Yeah, so, not exactly the kind of Hulk that maybe we're more familiar with.
No. As for you, you are the only one who knows who I really am.
What? What do you mean? Fortunately, notice the sun
sunlight
is rising. So Hulk's kind of like
The
a
Japanese sun.
vampire,
Yeah.
right? He's kind of vampire-ish. The sun comes up. He's Bruce Banner. The night.
Yeah, it's a
or
real
werewolf.
It's more like
or something.
It's
like
probably
that.
more like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I think that would be the closest.
Yeah.
Because of the science angle,
Okay.
But
still, it's
is
werewolfy.
It is very like sundown.
Yeah. Okay.
But at that very instant, the first rays of dawn appear, and with them,
My head!
So, and with them, his head appears.
Yes.
All right.
My brain. It's on fire. What is happening to me? I'm changing.
Oh no, he's mutating into a human.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. Changing. It feels as though a veil has lifted. I can think again. It's over. The nightmare is over.
Gosh, you're Dr. Bruce Banner again.
Fucking perfect time, and my throat was starting to hurt a lot there, actually.
Rick Jones has saved his glasses the whole time.
I know. Like, this
That's
isn't the
very
first
cute.
time Dr. Bruce Banner has woken up with
Yeah.
no memory next to
Next to a young boy
man
who has his
who's,
glasses. Hey, you're Dr. Bruce Banner again.
It's weird that we just woke up in your house alone together this morning, isn't it?
Okay.
Very strange.
But alas, the nightmare of Bruce Banner is not yet over. It may never be over again.
Open up in there.
This is the police. He's got to be in here somewhere.
Where is he? Where's the Hulk?
Dr. Banner!
The Hulk?
They must mean you, Doc.
Part 3. The Search for the Hulk. I was like, why do you have a teenage boy in your room here at dawn, Bruce Banner? Why are your
your
clothes all ripped
ragged.
up?
Well, they
Yeah.
were in the thing together, and then they were gone together, and now they're here together.
Empty. But we trailed him here. We know he came in here. Look, Captain. It's Igor, the spy we've been searching for.
The Hulk! The Hulk! Get him to a doctor. He must have been in league with the Hulk.
Of course.
Because,
How did they know that Igor was a spy?
I don't know.
Like, we just figured out that he was
Yeah.
a spy, and they just arrived.
Well, I didn't even know that he was a spy. I thought he was just a bad coworker.
No, he's a commie.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not realize that communism was the real villain? Up until this point, it hasn't seemed like the real villain was
Bruce
communism.
was
Yeah.
right to hide his research because he was protecting it from the filthy
From
Reds.
the
From-
filthy
yeah.
Reds that he knew
Yeah,
was there.
the Reds. He's a spy.
What happened to you, Dr. Banner? Why did you leave the hospital? How did you get that shoulder wound? How do we know you're not mixed up in this? Are you kidding? What do you think he is, the Hulk?
So his shoulder did get hurt from that puny bullet. Captain, we were in the Jeep, which hit the Hulk. We got a good look at him.
He was nothing like Dr. Banner. He was huge, powerful. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a giant gorilla that escaped from some zoo here in the desert.
In where we're testing the nuclear bombs.
No, he was more like a big bear, dressed in tatters. Probably escaped from a circus somewhere in the desert.
Where families would want to go, near the nuclear testing.
Oh no. I was like, a gorilla? That's fucking stupid. It was
Yeah,
a bear
yeah,
in clothes.
It was a giant bear. It was a giant bear with opposable thumbs. That's what we have here.
Yeah, it has a fucking
Yeah, it's the
human
man
hand.
bear. It's got a prehensile hands.
Yeah. Personally, I think you jokers were seeing things. He was just a little Cub Scout on patrol. It's fortunate that Igor did not get your gamma bomb formula. I'll take it for safekeeping.
Minutes later, after the troops have left to continue their vain search for the Hulk. Dr. Banner, I return to apologize for my father's remarks to you, but I never expected to find...
To find me in the middle of a search for a monster?
No, with the young
Yeah,
boy.
I was like, I never
the young
expected
man
to
you're
find
clearly
you having sex
gay sex with.
With the young boy.
I thought that
He was trying to paste over it. He was
I
like,
thought it'd
to
be
find me in the
us.
middle of a search for a monster?
No.
You didn't expect me to
No,
find me
that's
searching
not-
for a monster? That's what you didn't expect me? Here in the desert where we test nuclear bombs?
Oh, he just keeps going
Yeah.
on.
Oh, okay.
If you just keep talking, you don't let just don't let the woman speak.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the easiest way to
Okay.
paste over relationship issues.
Neither did I. Neither did I.
You're ill. You need medical care.
No, he doesn't, lady. He just needs a little peace and quiet, that's all. You leave him to me, sweetie.
Other
already
Rick
fighting over
Jones.
him.
Rick Jones is so smug about the fact that Bruce Banner's gay. He's like,
My gaydar went. You think that Geiger counter went crazy? My gaydar went nuts.
maybe you'd better get out of here, lady, because
Yeah.
none of us want you here.
Yeah.
You are interrupting?
Miss Rose, forgive me. I've been under a terrible strain.
Also, you kind of said Miss Rose.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
Rick will show you to the door.
All right, I'll let you do a clean take of that.
Yeah. There's another hardy breed.
It's another hardy breed.
Well, I don't think these two are going to be making any hardy breeds. Not unless we get the gay test tube
They'll
babies.
try.
Back in the 60s.
He is a scientist.
That's true. We could make a gay clone out of their semen.
Miss Ross, forgive me. I've been under a terrible strain. Rick will show you to the door.
Sure, Doc. You just take it easy.
Very well, I'll go. But if you should need me...
We won't.
We won't. Miss Ross, Betty, I'll call you later. After I've had a chance to pull myself together.
Oh, it's Betty now. How revolting.
Please do, Bruce. I feel you're in some great trouble and I want to help.
Bah, how revolting.
Revolting.
Get out of here.
Disgusting.
Oh, just get out of here, woman.
Disgusting women.
Other her clothes changed to orange, even though they were
They were red and they
fuck,
were
yeah.
purple earlier.
Yeah.
Boy, I thought they'd never leave. Now we can talk. What did it feel like, Doc? Being the Hulk. I'll bet it was a gas.
Is that how Americans talked back then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, this guy's a hipster.
Americans back in the 60s talked like the Irish do today.
Yeah. We don't say a gas, though. We just say it was gas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they used indefinite articles back in the 60s. They had
Apparently.
complete sentences. Say, what's wrong? It's all over now, isn't it?
Over. No, Rick, it isn't over. It's just beginning.
I'm going to have to fuck you several more
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
We're going to need to
Yeah.
bang a lot.
So you think, okay, I mean, the full blast of a gamma radiation bomb. I have one night of the Hulk, and then that's it. He's like, oh, you turned into a Hulk for once, and then it was fine.
Yeah.
Remember, I became the Hulk when night fell and returned to my normal self at daybreak. But day doesn't last forever. It will soon be night again.
He knows this because he's a scientist.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows
has
he's going to
explain this.
die very soon because he will never get any sleep.
That's what I was thinking earlier,
Like,
yeah.
He's because he's going to be Bruce unless he sleeps all day as Bruce Banner.
It's also weird, like, sometimes the Hulk goes to sleep. And you think, like, well, if the Hulk went to sleep, wouldn't he turn back into Bruce Banner? Sometimes. Not always.
Well, not if it's night.
Sometimes they will use, like, oh, and he turned to sleep, so he becomes Bruce Banner again.
Right,
but then
he
other
calms down.
But other times they'll just be like, he'll go to sleep as the Hulk and he'll wake up as the Hulk and they won't even mention it.
So, what issue does he become angry and become the Hulk?
I don't know. It kind of
Like,
happens
when does this
gradually.
night
Well, there's
thing
also
start?
like some weird things turn him into the Hulk. There's like
Okay.
some different stages. I don't remember all of them. They went through them pretty quick, but it does happen early on that he starts getting angry.
Because this night thing is stupid.
The night thing is stupid. Yeah.
Well, I suppose even within the MCU, it like evolves how he turns into the Hulk.
Yeah,
it
like,
starts off with that
sometimes-
angry thing, but then I think by now in the current movies, the Hulk has its own will and just kind of decides when he wants to take over. And when the sun sets, how do I know I won't change? Once more, how do I know I won't keep changing into that brutal, bestial mockery of a human? That creature which fears nothing, which despises reason and worships power.
Look at him starting to change
He's
already.
really reading a lot into the Hulk's motivations here.
Well, you know.
For somebody
The Hulk seemed to have motivations.
For
He wanted like
someone-
to control the world or whatever.
Yeah, but Bruce Banner didn't see any of them. He was the Hulk at the time.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works. Soon the sun will set again, and here I sit, helplessly, fearing I may again become the Hulk. It looks like it's already night.
Yeah.
Right. I
That
know,
was
it was a quick
fast.
day. It was a quick day.
What did he do? Get a fucking flashlight to shine under his face?
Wow, there were like 4 parts to this. Ooh, we're going to enter
Well,
the
this is a
dark
whole
web.
comic that's
Oh,
dedicated to
wow,
one
I've
story.
this is just, oh man.
This is
This
what
is
it's
$300,000 worth of
Yeah.
Hulk right here.
This is what it's like reading a comic that's dedicated to a single character.
Man, the story just goes on and on.
The Hulk, Part 4. Enter the Gargoyle. Let us leave Bruce Banner and his young friend Rick for a moment and turn our attention to the red spy known as Igor, as he broods darkly in his cell.
The American fools think I am defeated, but not yet. No, they shall soon learn that even in a cell, Igor can be dangerous.
If I was to send a spy from the USSR to Russia, I think I would give him a more American-sounding name.
Not Igor.
Igor, yeah.
For they do not suspect that pasted onto my thumbnail is a sub-miniature transistor shortwave sending set.
So you're probably asking yourself, what is a transistor?
Yes.
Well,
I know that he can cut through about a foot of metal with that thumb right there.
Yep.
A set with which I shall now send a secret message to behind the Iron Curtain.
he is sending it directly to the Kremlin,
Yeah,
which is huge.
because that's how it works.
And thousands of miles away.
Comrade, I am receiving a code message from Igor.
Quick, let me have it.
Oh my god, this instantly got better.
This is high priority. I must give it to the gargoyle, but I dare not face the terrifying one. I have the answer. Fucking Khrushchev right in the background.
Big bald-headed Khrushchev there. Lovely.
Nice.
There we go.
For those of you who don't know,
For those of you who don't know.
Khrushchev was.
That's him right
Nikita
there.
Khrushchev.
Big,
He was
big-
actually the good guy in the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know how to do this guy. He might become a Nazi.
Oh no.
Ah,
Wait, why do you give me this message? Why do you not bring it to the gargoyle?
you are my superior comrade. It is for you to bring it.
We're getting into some Rocky and Bullwinkle territory here.
I cannot bear to face the gargoyle. There is but one thing to do.
Comrade, do not ask me to do this. I beg you.
Do it! It is an order.
The gargoyle, the most feared man in all of Asia.
How are we in Asia? I thought we were doing the Kremlin.
I
How did
guess
we
we're-
get to
Russia's
Asia?
Asia, didn't you know?
Well, I mean, Russia does go into Asia. I mean,
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's because they're bad guys. We have to specify they're not like European Russians. They're like
Okay.
Asiatic Russians.
Who is outside my door? Speak, or face the gargoyle's wrath.
I have a message for you, comrade, gargoyle. That is all.
The cowardly weaklings dare not face me. But that is how I want it. Let them fear me. Someday all the world will tremble before the gargoyle. Oh my.
Wow.
Wow.
Communism.
This is what it does
This
to
is
you.
what this is your brain on communism.
This is your
This
brain
is
on
your brain.
communism.
This is your brain on communism.
Yikes.
Any questions?
This message, it is unbelievable. In America, there exists a creature called the Hulk, whose power almost matches mine.
Power pictured here.
Yeah, with a big head. And ear hair. He has ear hair, so he's got little pointy ears and ear hair.
Beautiful.
I must find this Hulk. I must either slay him or bring him back as my prisoner, as a symbol of my might. Attention! This is the gargoyle. Prepare a rocket-firing sub for immediate departure. That is all.
Brief hours later, the very latest model red sub cuts through the murky depths of the sea.
Look at that scared fish just swimming out
They're
of the
scared
way.
of communism. Even the oceans aren't safe. Until reaching a prearranged area, it unleashes an experimental man-carrying rocket.
Think that rocket is big enough to hold my head?
They loaded up this guy into
They
this
just shoved his
into
head
a
right in there.
submarine, and they just rocket him into America. That
Is this before space stuff?
Well, you know,
It's
I mean,
kinda-
America's never
the
going to...
space race is starting. I mean, it started at this point.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to the moon yet, but yeah,
But
we're doing
working
space
on
stuff.
it. We're working on it. So
This
they're
is after
never.
Gagarin,
The
I'm
Americans
sure.
are never going to notice a rocket being fired.
Yeah,
into
no.
space. I mean, this
No.
is full.
During the
Definitely
Cold
not.
War, we didn't really care if Russia
Yeah.
was sending missiles and shit over us.
Yeah, it was fine. What's that? Our radar has tracked an unidentified missile heading this way.
Unleash our Hunter missiles.
Within seconds, America's mighty defense structure unleashes. Sorry, I gotta do this justice.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay. I was probably going to interrupt you by laughing. So I'm glad you
America's mighty defense structure. Sorry, we
Fucking
just
hell.
got an erection here talking about America's.
Well, we
fucking
did. And you have an erection,
defense.
and you just shot your wad, your little red pointed wad.
I bet Tony Stark made some of these.
I bet he did.
Right.
True.
Within seconds, America's mighty defense structure unleashes its fantastic arsenal and... Oh man, I've got such a hard-on for this. Let's go.
The missile is destroyed, but I have landed at my destination safely.
Damn it. Our mighty defense...
Because what you didn't know, guys, is
Crap,
I was in the
Thomas.
cum. Ha ha! And now it is time for the gargoyle to meet the Hulk.
And so, fate twists the threads of our tale tighter and tighter until...
Where are you going, Doc? It'll be evening soon. Shouldn't we be at home waiting to see?
It's Dr. Banner.
Oh, it's Banner. Fuck
Yeah.
me, yeah. I was like, Doc, what doctor is on this list here? I was like, yeah, okay, Banner. No, Rick. If I am destined to become that inhuman creature again, let it happen out in the open this time.
You're gonna go fuck in the desert.
He's coming out of the closet.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know
he is.
what?
He's coming out.
He's out and he's proud. Good for him.
It's hard to believe, Doc. You're the most famous missile expert in the world. You're brainy and cultured and all that jazz. And yet...
And yet, due to the forces unleashed by the gamma ray, I turn into a marauding, savage brute at nightfall.
This is such a metaphor
Rick
for
is
me.
so
it's
loved.
so
Look at him.
erotic.
You're brainy and cultured and all that jazz.
We got the woman
Put at
out
night
of this
on the
story
marauding
immediately.
savage.
She has been in 2 panels.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I love you, Doc Banner. I
These
love
two
you.
are always together.
Oh man.
They have the same windswept hair
Oh
here.
yeah. Oh yeah.
They do, yeah.
Well, because I want to be just like Doc Banner. Until I want to be like Bucky and fuck
Captain America,
Captain
yeah.
America. That's why I gotta stay with you, Doc. Without me around, you might do something awful. You might even kill someone. Doc, your hands! They're changing. You're becoming the Hulk again. I'm becoming the THC Hulk again. Sorry.
Becoming
Thick
THC Hulk
He's a
again.
thick Hulk.
You're becoming the thick Hulk again. Okay. They're changing. You're becoming the Hulk again.
Just as I feared, I cannot stop it. It will happen again, every evening.
No matter how much weed he smokes, the THC is
the
not
THC
enough.
is not enough to keep him from getting horny.
You're becoming THC Hulk again.
Doc, keep your hands on the wheel. Look out!
Wheel? Who cares about the wheel? Who cares about anything? Todd.
Rick just flings his
Yeah.
hands in the air.
Like he just don't care. Slowly, ponderously, from out of the wreckage, a head emerges. But not the sensitive, clean-cut head of Dr. Bruce Banner. No! This is the brutish, menacing head of the Hulk.
What the fuck?
Try that a second time.
The sensitive,
The
clean cut head.
sensitive, clean-cut
Sensitive.
head of Dr. Bruce Banner. Slowly, ponderously, from out of the wreckage, a head emerges. But not the sensitive, clean-cut head of Dr. Bruce Banner. No, this is the brutish, menacing head of the Hulk.
What am I doing here? Got to go. Go where?
Oh, my head. We're lucky to be alive.
I know this countryside. In the desert.
Where they test nuclear bombs.
Okay. There's a zoo near here.
Yeah, there's
or
a
between
zoo.
the circus and the circus.
Yeah, the circus and the zoo.
I know this countryside. Near General Ross's house. Betty lives there. Betty!
No! No! Wait, you can't see Betty! Sorry. The fear in your eyes.
We gotta take this all the way through. We gotta get the dynamic.
Oh my god, this is gonna be Hardy Breed.
Hardy Breed.
No! Wait, you can't see Betty! Not like this! Stop! I forgot what the gargoyle's was.
He's like kind of Russian-y. Kinda.
He wrinkles his nose. He doesn't. He lost his Russian accent. I noticed that. I don't know. My quest is ended. It is he, the one I seek, the Hulk.
He really just zeroed in on him.
Yeah.
Like, that was fast.
Big brain. Look at that big brain.
He got the coordinates right from the start with that missile.
Bruce Banner was randomly driving through the desert and crashed to the car, and the gargoyle's already on top of him.
Yeah, he was shot from sea.
Oh, man, I'm back.
All right.
Don't worry, not for long. Not if Rick Jones has anything to say about it.
God, no. No.
Meanwhile, just a short distance away, Betty Ross is lost in her own disturbed musings. I can't get Bruce Banner out of my mind. Somehow I feel he needs me.
Yeah, I think you need him, sweetie.
Yeah, she's pining.
She is. What is it, girl? You've seemed troubled all day.
Oh, Dad, if only things were as simple as in your day, when a cavalry charge or a squad of infantrymen could solve anything.
I don't feel that day ever existed.
I know, it's weird
Ever.
to see, like, some comic from, like, 1960, whatever. What's the year here? 1962. Yeah, we're idealizing the past. It's just like, Oh, yeah, back in your day, things were simple. Not like now, here in the present 1960s.
I guess World War One was like the last time they had like cavalry charges.
I guess.
Was that
America probably moved off that faster than some of the European
Would you
countries.
describe the geopolitical climate surrounding World War One as quote-unquote simple?
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, it was because a cavalry charge just solved it.
No, it didn't. It descended.
That's it.
In
That's
fact,
kind of like the defining thing about World War
it
One.
actually solved nothing. It descended immediately into trench warfare.
But it was the infantrymen that solved everything.
No, that still took years and years of grinding assaults, and
I don't
really,
think you guys were paying attention.
No, we didn't pay attention in class.
But today, with the strange, almost supernatural forces all around us, I feel as though we're on the brink of some fantastic, unimaginable adventure.
Honey, you just need a little fresh air.
You know what? I agree with the white man. She is kind of getting carried away.
You're getting a little frisky there.
You
need to be going out into the fresh
I don't want to be supportive of the patriarchy, but
you might need a little bit of a cold shower, sweetheart.
This particular patriarch might be in the right. She thinks so too. I guess.
I'm so glad that I've solved that trouble.
Sorry, I was just summoning up the spirit of the 1960s. All right, well, now that I have this line, I don't agree with it anymore. Dad's right. Perhaps a walk in the crisp night air will clear my head, will drive the troubled face of Bruce Banner from my thoughts.
Yeah, sweetie, you just need to cool those jets down. That's what we need to do.
Maybe I'll just come out here to the desert and masturbate.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, women didn't do that in the 60s.
She diddles her little...
And perhaps I can tell myself it was all a dream, There is no Hulk.
That's who she's really thinking of.
He's sneaking up on her again.
Yeah,
He sneaks up on you.
He's a sneaky one.
But there is a Hulk, and don't you ever forget it.
Oh, no!
Fainted. Pah. Just like all weak, helpless creatures.
Hulk, let go of her.
Grab me, Hulk.
I won't faint.
I'm conscious, Hulk.
I'm not weak.
And unlike her, I'm consenting.
You've got to leave here. If you're found this time, they'll...
Shut up! Nobody tells the Hulk.
You are wrong, monster. Turn around. Turn and face the gargoyle.
Things are like jumping up to 11. Oh, there's Betty. Oh, she sees a Hulk. Oh, she's fainted. Oh, the gargoyle's here.
Yeah, we're going. We're going. Pop, pop,
Yeah,
pop.
pacing is sped up a bit.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh my god.
All right, so we start
Holy
with Rick
Hannah?
Jones.
Wait, hold on. I have to ask. Is this one of those like weird substitute things that you only see in comics, or is Holy Hannah a thing people
Holy
say?
Hannah is a weird comic.
It's
book
just a
thing.
weird 60s. I mean, it's just like a 60s thing.
It's like Robin when in Batman, he'd always be like, "Holy whatever, Batman."
Well, because I know Zach like always unironically said "Holy cow," which I
Yeah.
always
Right.
thought was really funny.
You ever said "Holy cow"? Holy cow is a thing.
Yeah.
Holy Hannah is.
I mean,
a
we
thing.
had a holy cow earlier.
Yeah. Holy Hannah! Who's that? Hey, look out, Hulk! He's got a gun.
Bah, no puny pistol can kill the Hulk.
The gargoyle did not journey these many miles just to kill you, fool. This is a different kind of gun. Wow, we're in part 5.
Part
goes on.
5. The Hulk triumphant.
I think he wins.
Fucking spoilers.
I love that, like, they clearly just kind of lost the idea for this comic about halfway through. It's like, all right, so it's like a monster where, like, he turns into a creature at night.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're like, no, we want to make him the good guy.
Yeah.
So what's eviler than a monster?
Oh, another
A
monster.
communist.
Communism.
A communist.
A communist monster.
This weapon shoots a pellet of my own invention. Observe. The instant it strikes you, it saps your will, making you my slave.
The Hulk is no man's slave.
Nope, he won.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much. You're done.
Rip.
The gargoyle is never wrong. And though you seem too unimportant to waste another pellet on, I believe in taking no chances.
I will avail myself of your services. I believe you are a, how do you say it in America, fuck boy.
Yes. It is done. Both of you, rise and follow me.
Rise.
You know, Spucky just goes into, it's like, servant boy, fuck me, yes.
Yeah, this
Yep.
was
You didn't even need the pellet.
this was really easy. The gargoyle, once
Yeah.
again, communism seems like the superior system. If these guys just waltz in and just like defeat our superheroes instantly.
Well, they have pellet
they
guns.
just win.
He didn't even have to use a filing cabinet filled with
Nope.
rocks. Fortunately, in the excitement of the moment, the gargoyle does not notice the unconscious girl lying in the shadows behind his 2 helpless male prisoners.
You know, it's always that way. The unconscious girl is going to
Yeah.
fuck everything up. Bucky has already experienced that numerous times. Okay.
Yeah, he just ignored the girl. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How easy it is for the gargoyle to be victorious.
And moments later...
Betty! Betty!
Dad, it was horrible. It was the Hulk. He came from out of the darkness. He was terrifying.
And thrilling.
He came in the dark. I mean, came out of the darkness.
There, my dear. You're safe now. He has like the Teo sign on his...
Yeah.
He's a yin and a yang.
But where did he go? What did he want? Come on! I didn't even laugh at that. That was all Mary ruining that take. But where did he go? And what did he want? Or did I imagine the whole thing?
Betty's become much more breathy and less high-pitched.
Yeah, that was just a necessity of the way my voice
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'll find him, Betty. I swear to you, my child. I'll find him and destroy him.
And yet, in spite of everything, there was something sad about him. Almost as though he was seeking help.
I'll find him. If it takes an eternity, I'll find that monster. And kill him.
Daddy, are we talking at cross purposes?
No, sweetie, you want me to kill him because
Oh.
he was messing with you,
Thank
and
you
that's
for-
you're mine. You're my girl.
Thank you for explaining to me. I thought that I was being transitioned as the property of my father to the property
No,
of my
no,
husband.
sweetie, you're with me the
I-
whole time.
I remain the property of my father. I understand. I'll just go back in the kitchen.
Yes, sweetie, make me some dinner.
Make me a sandwich, bitch. And in a speeding truck, driven by a driver who's driven by a driver.
Driven by a driver.
All right. And in a speeding truck, driven by a driver whose will has also been sapped, the gargoyle and his prisoners speed towards the coast, racing to reach their destination before dawn.
Faster! Faster! What a prize the Hulk will be. What a fantastic specimen for our scientists to study. If we could create an army of such powerful creatures, we could rule the Earth!
Finally, in the early hours before daybreak, the rendezvous is reached.
Hurry! Row faster, you dolts! Nothing must stop me now!
And nothing does stop the gargoyle. For minutes later,
Made it! They're launching a jet out of a
they're
submarine?
launching another man-carrying missile, but this time with a 3-man. I mean, if you can send one man on a missile, it's probably not way harder
It
to
looks
add the
very
weight of 2 more
jet-like.
men.
I mean, it's
Looks
not
more like a jet,
cylindrical
yeah.
like a missile. It
and
looks
it's
very...
clearly too big to have come out of the
Yeah,
hole.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how
Oops.
this happened, but whatever.
I guess the wings fold out.
Wow, it makes a
Fucking 90-degree turn.
Wow, that is some space age technology.
The edge of space. here.
Wow.
This is what happens at the edge of space.
Ah, we've reached the edge of space. Now we shall level off and glide behind the Iron Curtain.
It's like hitting an invisible wall.
Yeah. But then, the first faint rays of dawn touch the Hulk as he stirs in the cabin of the plane.
He sits in the cabin of the
Oh,
plane.
yeah. Also, this makes no sense. I'm glad you interrupted me, because I just have to point out. The first faint rays of dawn, they're on an airplane traveling the other way.
Well,
they should be...
They went up in the air.
Dawn was approaching in America.
Right, but they went up and now the sun is just hitting him because he's in space.
I guess. But then he should go out of the range of the sun again as he heads into Russia.
Yeah, so
Maybe they're flying
theoretically-
east over Europe.
No.
Why? Wouldn't that
They're
be
going to
way
fly
harder?
over all of the Western allies of America
To
before
show.
they
To
hit.
show,
How
yeah.
impressive they are. And
Yeah.
at the speed that the sun travels.
No, well, because he's heading west, right? So he's so the sun shouldn't be coming up. He should be like.
Yeah,
he
it makes
should
no
be-
sense.
Yeah, okay,
But guys, the Earth is flat, so
Sure it is.
actually it does make sense.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why you can
fine.
make 90-degree turns.
Exactly. But then, the first faint rays of dawn touch the Hulk as he sits in the cabin of the plane, which the Reds have copied from our own amazing X-15.
You're getting hard on again.
Can't give
To
them
be
anything.
clear, they did not build this.
No, they
We
copied
built it, and they copied it.
They copied it. We have
With
sucky
spies.
security because they got the plans
Exactly.
for us to copy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as daylight bathes his brutal features, once again, a startling, incredible change takes place.
Yeah, tell me more about his brutal features.
Oh yeah, and him being bathed.
Woohoo.
Where once the mighty Hulk had been, the light of the sun now reveals Dr. Bruce Banner, American scientist. The change is now complete. Hours later, as the red ship glides to a landing on communist soil, the gargoyle receives a startling surprise.
Whew, I'm glad the effect of that gun wore off. Conveniently, here in this panel. The Hulk! What happened to the Hulk? Got any idea what this Joker is talking about, Doc?
Not the slightest.
I held your glasses for you again, Doc,
Yeah, I
just so you know.
Thank you.
Not the slightest, Rick.
Doc? Wait, I know you. Of course. You're America's foremost atomic scientist, Dr. Bruce Banner. That means you and the Hulk? Oh no, it's too unbelievable.
Is it? Like, once you buy into the Hulk, the fact that he's
Yeah.
actually Bruce Banner is fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
There's no way, like, this is a step too far. Now, things are just silly.
It is for the gargoyle, okay? This is too much for him.
Under close guard, the gargoyle rushes his prisoners to his secret stronghold. And then...
Your secret is a secret no longer, Banner. I know that you and the Hulk are the same. Doc, what do we do now?
Easy, Rick. It's his play so far.
we'll just accept this.
Neither Dr. Banner nor Rick have slept for 2 days.
No.
True.
But why? Why would you want to be a monster? You must be insane. It's the most horrible thing in the world to be a freak. A gargoyle. Like me. Doc, he's crying.
Oh my god. Does the gargoyle have a heart of gold?
Okay.
We're gonna defeat him by relation to him.
I'd give anything to be normal. Anything.
So would I. But I am as helpless as you.
Oh my god. Is human emotion going to conquer the rivalry of the Cold War?
Yeah, it conquers
Seems
communism.
like it.
Wait. Listen to me. I cannot stop myself from turning into the Hulk. But your case is different. I've seen cases like yours. I know how to cure you. By radiation! But although your features would become normal, your brain would suffer. You would no longer be a brilliant scientist.
That makes
What
no sense.
the fuck are they talking about?
You know what? The gamma radiation makes me the Hulk, but it's gonna make you normal. And why the hell would it harm his brain?
And
I have
it
no
will
idea.
not. You will no longer be a brilliant scientist.
Yeah.
He knows this already. He knows
Yeah.
what the side effects are going to be.
He knows what the gargoyle just has elephantism.
Yeah,
or
he's just
something.
weird looking. Like, there are a lot of ugly humans in the world. They're
And
not.
radiation doesn't change
Radiation won't cure you.
features. Like, it doesn't change your features. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
It might give you brain
You know what?
damage
You
if
know
you.
what? Just put a fucking transistor
but-
in this guy.
Give him a transistor.
Doc, you ain't gonna help that creep, are you?
Quiet, Rick.
No matter what happens to me, even if I die, so long as I could die as a man.
He wants to be handsome, even if it kills him.
He was all, I want to take over the world. I'm the smartest, most greatest, most wonderful monster ever. I want everybody to fear me. But now, suddenly, it's Bruce Banner,
Yep.
isn't he? He's also in
It
love
was
with
all
Bruce
bravado.
Banner.
Everyone
And
wants
he's
to
like,
bang
I
Bruce
can't.
Banner.
Bruce Banner isn't gonna bang
Bruce
me with
Banger.
my Bruce Banger, which is his name from now on. Okay, Bruce Banger, the porn of Hulk. Bruce Banger is never gonna bang a big-headed freak like the Gargoyle.
We are just jumping ahead here. It's just like, well, I said I could do it.
So I'm
Here
gonna
we
get
go,
another
next
giant
panel.
penis machine.
Then, at a command from the gargoyle, all is made ready. That's some hand waving. Just all is made ready.
Why didn't the Gargoyle just do this himself?
All is made ready.
Now!
And where a gargoyle had been lying.
Doc, it's working. I'm glad I'm here with just goggles on.
Yeah,
watching
that will
this
protect him from the radiation.
Yep.
I'm not
And-
even in a 6-inch trench.
No, but he
anymore.
was in the trench earlier. A man rises. Oh my god. This is really homoerotic.
A man does arise.
A man arises.
You did it. You did it! I have an erection for the first time!
He's got like a normal shaped penis head as opposed
Yeah.
to his weird bulbous penis head. I
Khrushchev
hate
head.
you, Khrushchev.
Yeah, I no longer have a big bulbous head like you.
Ignoring the two others in the silent lab, the lone figure walks to a portrait on the wall, and then, in quivering tones, he speaks.
It was because of you that I became what I was. Because I worked on your secret bomb tests. But it took an American to cure me. And now that I am no longer a gargoyle, I can defy you and all you stand for, like a man. So Khrushchev has red eyes. He's got
Yeah.
demon red eyes.
Yeah, because he's evil.
And, not long afterwards,
Yes, Comrade K. We have America's top atomic scientist.
we shall learn much from him.
What? How dare you interrupt when I'm speaking to the Premier?
But comrade, a disaster has occurred. Look, I can't do.
Every time we go to Russia,
Yeah.
the voice acting just gets better.
I don't know if I can do it.
You can do it.
Okay. But comrade, a disaster has occurred. Look.
Yeah, I mean, there's smoke, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there's a lot of it.
The prisoners have escaped.
But where is the gargoyle?
He has vanished.
I slipped into like
Yeah,
Transylvania there.
yeah, you did. The gargoyle.
I want to suck your blood. Listen! What is that?
The gargoyle's escape rocket.
It's hard to keep the Russian accent.
I know.
Quick, break into his office. Perhaps we will find a clue. I find French there for a clue. A clue. Come in, comrades. I have been expecting you.
Who are you?
I was once he whom you called the gargoyle. But now I am a man again. No longer brilliant, no longer a scientific genius. My work is done. And so I shall die. But I shall die as a man.
Don't trigger that switch!
While, in the rocket ship above,
The gargoyle set its controls for America, Rick, and set the automatic escape ejector for us.
So we're saved by America's arch enemy. Gosh.
yes!
Gosh.
Gosh.
Sorry, Zach.
Yes! Bruce Banner and Rick are safe. For now. But in a few hours, it will be nightfall again. And the Hulk will again appear. So don't miss the next great surprise-filled issue.
You did it, Doc. You made him normal again and turned him against the Reds.
Listen! That blast!
What is it?
It's the end of the gargoyle, and perhaps the beginning of the end of the Red Tyranny, too.
Note, starting next issue, we will feature a letters to the editor page. Mail your knocks or boosts to editors, The Hulk, 3rd floor, 655 Madison Avenue, New York, 21, New York.
Are knocks and boosts like the Silver Age comic version of like likes and retweets or something?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna, and that's what we
Please.
want to ask our listeners. To give
Please
us some knocks
put your
or
knocks or
boosts.
boosts into the comments
Into the
section
comments.
below.
Smash that knock button, hit boost.
Yeah,
Ring the bell.
baby. Hoo. All right, so the Gargoyle redemption story again. He gets redeemed, but he has to die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird. Didn't really follow that part.
Yeah. I'm not sure why he had to kill himself, but
Yeah.
it's because he needed to be redeemed.
The miserable part of my existence is gone. Now I die. Wait,
now,
what?
Now I die, but I can die as a man.
Yeah, like the pacing, like they started like a completely second plot in like the second half, and then they were like, man, we gotta really cram this in. So it's just like, we're to Russia. Oh, we're back and we're getting a rocket back to
Yeah.
America now. Oh.
So I thought the gargoyle was like a big, strong monster too, but he just has a pellet gun instead.
Yeah.
He doesn't fight anybody.
He has a
Yeah.
pellet gun
He
that
just has a
instantly
pellet gun.
hypnotizes you.
But he couldn't.
He's
cure
like
his
he's their
own-
top scientist, but they send him directly on like a
So-
spy mission.
Right, right. And so he got a big bulbous head because he worked on the radiation and the bombs, right?
Yes.
But what cured him was more radiation.
Yes.
Okay.
It
Yep.
was good radiation.
The good.
Well, it's like how you get cancer off radiation, but you can cure cancer with
Yeah,
radiation.
it's hair of the dog.
So is it gamma radiation that he's using?
Man, it was,
was
one
pink.
panel. Yeah, we didn't really. All we
didn't get
heard
into
was
it.
that all the preparations were made.
All right, all right.
So,
I don't know why you'd want to lose a big bulbous head, but whatever.
yeah, the pacing kind
And
of got screwed
apparently
up.
he wasn't a brilliant scientist to begin with. He was
No.
working on the bomb, got the big head, and then he became a brilliant scientist.
And then he rigged his entire base to explode
Yeah.
to end red tyranny.
With a button.
We are now like 2 for 2 on the enemies of these comics being communism.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting it all to be communists.
Yeah.
I mean, what other enemy did you have in the 60s?
Well, I got news for you. We're coming up. The next movie in the Marvel franchise coming up is Iron Man 2.
Okay.
So we're going back to.
Gonna go to Vietnam?
Well, we're not going back to Vietnam, but we are going to be introducing a new Marvel character who was introduced as a villain for Iron Man. That's how we're
Okay.
working it in. It is the Black Widow,
Oh,
who is a Soviet spy. So
Oh,
once
yes,
again,
yes.
our enemy will still be communism.
yeah.
We managed to get through this whole issue in only 2 hours, so that's an hour better than the previous one.
Because we didn't
Very
have any
nice.
hardy breeds. We were
No
better.
fucking
We're
weird
more
side stories.
disciplined.
So, what did you guys think of this comic in comparison to the last one?
I feel like it was better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why.
I think because we
Maybe
didn't take
the-
so many side trips into wishing dog areas.
It's certainly
Fucking
easier
wishing
to just have like one narrative that it just like takes you through.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not like now you're gonna learn about Gundar.
Yeah.
It really seems like they just had like a
You know.
generic, like they wanted to do like one of those smaller science fiction stories about a guy who turned into a monster, and they're like, no, we can expand this out into a full issue.
Yeah,
and they're like, but no, we need like another story.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's better written than the last comic we read, but it's not.
There's room for
it's not-
improvement.
It's not good writing. There's a lot of holes in this.
There's definitely
and the
some room
whole
for
turn
improvement.
into the Hulk at night is just stupid. I didn't realize that's how he started. That's just stupid.
Yeah. And the fact that they have no idea how night works, like he's traveling, but it's like, oh, night is coming again as they're going the opposite
Tell
way.
me, they
like
just went up high and the sun hit him
nothing makes
They
any
went
sense.
east. Nah, they went east. It makes sense.
because they had to fly over the Iron Curtain. Where do you think the Iron Curtain is?
I guess.
There you go.
It's in Europe. So for some reason, he shot himself into Nevada.
The fact that they're talking
and
about,
then they flew.
I mean,
over
they're
the
talking
Iron
about the Asiatic part of Russia.
I don't
You would
know.
think it would
It
be
was
the
just-
Pacific Coast.
Yeah.
Right, because you would think
It
the
kinda
submarine was
makes-
in the Pacific.
Makes
They just-
way
they did it to
more
flex.
sense.
I don't know. Well, that's okay because their submarines and their planes are just copies of ours. Because
Yeah, at least we knew that that plane they had
kind
was
of like
not
the
their own
Hulk
design.
or the Gargoyle was a copy of the Hulk.
It's true.
Fortunately, he got cured by the same radiation that made him the Gargoyle. You'd think that would work for the Hulk, but apparently not.
This is a good example of the Silver Age thinking where, like, radiation is just magic.
Magic.
Like, there are literally some characters in the Silver Age where, like, they have, like, magic. Like, the Puppet Master is a guy with magic puppets that he can use to control people.
Doctor Strange.
And the explanation for why it's not really magic, though, is that, oh, it's radioactive
It's
clay.
radioactive clay. Gotcha.
So that's why it's magic. Why you can create magic dolls.
You know what? I bet if you put a transistor in those dolls, they would be
Yeah, you put a transistor in your radioactive clay and you've got magic dolls that can
Yeah.
control humans that look like them.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Yeah, you really... Doctor Strange was the first actually genuinely magic character introduced in Marvel Comics.
I love the historical
I love
aspect
the
of it.
whole-
Yeah, seeing how
I'm gonna
he
go
evolved
see
over
Betty.
time.
No!
No!
You can't go see Betty.
Yeah, did you guys notice that, like, there were no women in the previous comic, like, at all? And they were trying... There was the one woman that David was playing in, like, the Hardy Breed woman. But, like, she was the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, in this one, we've got one woman, and we're trying to keep her out, like, as much as possible.
Oh god, this is a boy thing. Come on.
Yeah, Rick Jones, who was clearly for the reader to project themselves onto.
Absolutely.
It's just like, oh, women, gross.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
can, of all the things they
'Cause-
talk about in Seduction of the Innocent, trying to turn kids gay maybe is one of the things that I could see.
Yeah. Because we know he's old enough to drive a car. He's 16
Yeah.
years old. What 16-year-old boy thinks girls are gross? Like,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
a
not
heterosexual-
interested in having
yeah.
any women around.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out with this older
heterosexual
man that I spend
16-year-old
my
boy
nights with.
Is gonna want the woman around, but
Yeah.
apparently not Rick Jones.
Hey, so that's the end of this recording. We're not really a big enough channel to have official sponsored content, but I just wanted to let you know that I've posted another story on Wattpad. It's available for you to read. Links are in the description. The first story, I tried to have more of a pulpy adventure feeling to it. This one is more of a serious drama. Not sure if you're interested, but, if you like this, maybe you'll like that. So, yeah, thanks for watching the video, and do all the algorithm stuff, and we'll see you next time. Kiss, kiss.